Hi and welcome to Deep in the Bunker, where it is a beautiful mid-August day and we are continuing to harvest the fruits of our labour. I say labour, but there's no labour involved here because this particular harvest is completely free to me. Jasmine! That's right, Jasmine. I got it here planted about 5 years ago and it has really done me a treat. Every year it comes up, I don't have to spray it, I don't have to debug it, I don't have to do anything. It's completely organic, completely natural, and every year I can get a lovely crop of it. And this lovely, sweet, stinky jasmine, you know, it works in 100 recipes. It's vanilla-y, it's absolutely wonderful. So if I want to stick it in jasmine water, so I have a lovely Thai jasmine water, just stick it in a jug for a few hours and it infuses that water, makes it that lovely, sticky, sweet smell I just adore. If I want a jasmine tea, I'm just going to simply take these, dry them out for a few days on top of the boiler if you've got dehydrated or whatever, and once again, you've got a jasmine tea that's going to go you through the garden. Now this is pretty much the end of the harvest for me. As I say, late August now, 20th, something like that. It's going to die off. It used to be entirely white wall. It was really wonderful, but now I'm down to the last bits here. So this time I'm going to relish this last taste of summer. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to infuse it for the winter, and that's what it's all about. When you're a prepper for SHDF, get what you got now, get the fresh stuff, preserve it, dehydrate it, store it, jar it, and it's yours. Because the last thing you're going to want in SHDF is to be living on a diet of MREs and recycled rainwater. And rainwater, this is not. So cheers. Now that is delicious. As I say, you know, a few hours in the fridge, infused with this lovely jasmine, it has made a real difference to this. It's turned the plain water into something special. So without further ado, let's go harvest this jasmine and turn it into a delicious tea. And there we go. A little harvest to be sure, but it's enough to say to get a brew on. Just can't get over how good this is. Now I was going to show you how to make the tea, but you know how to make tea, you know how to dehydrate, you know pretty much everything. You've seen me do it a dozen or so times. So let's take a little personal moment here. What does it mean to be a prepper? For me, it means a lot of things. It means security of yourself, of your family, of your property, ability to bug out. I don't particularly agree with, and I've said it before, there's nothing safer than bricks and mortar. It really isn't. It's the place to be. I mean, unless there's a natural disaster, I ain't bugging out. I'll make that statement and I'll stand by it. However I can bug out, I'll do a bug out plan. Let's say, you know, fire happens, volcano, flood, natural disaster, etc. But personally, against the Golden Horde, bricks and mortar wins every time for me. You know, I can defend it, I know the area is there. So and that's the point I really want to raise. It's that paranoia. I use words like the Golden Horde, you know, etc. The sheeples, the rest of it. Those who follow, those who willingly commit acts of violence against you for no reason apart from your views are different than theirs. I'm a pretty peaceable person myself, but the need arise, I will defend myself. I'm not going to go out and attack anyone, but I will defend, and I will defend vigorously. And that's what I want to talk about. Please bear with me. I'm not going to edit this. I just want to say it from the heart. Last year, you know, with everything going on in the world, I got depressed and I felt pretty low. I felt like I didn't have much of, get out of the way, fly. That's how live this is. There was a fly. Yeah, so I didn't have the support I wanted. That mutual aid group let me down. I thought I had people around me that could help me and support me, but they weren't there. They were doing their own thing, and so, you know, as a prepper, that affected me. That really did affect me. I felt, you know, what's the point of it all? If I can't rely on people that are meant to be there for me, who can I rely on? And I felt, well, it's going to be myself. And then, of course, if it's only yourself, paranoia kicks in. You know, as I say at the end of every video, stay safe and stay sane. But that paranoia, you know, if you've got no one around you that you can trust, then it creeps in. It's there. the feelings, the loneliness. It all happens, you know. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's just how it is, you know. You always need to mix. As human beings, we're sociable creatures. We need to mix. We need to be with other people. But I say, those people let you down. You don't want to be around them no more. You know, your family is your only resource. That small group you have, you know, you, your wife, your kids. That's really great. That is your core. That is your rock, and you've got to cling to that. But if other people around you aren't supporting you as they should, as they promised, whoa, check that wind. Yeah, you're gonna kind of like be resentful towards the world, be resentful towards the people who you felt would hurt you. May not have hurt you that much, but enough. So for me, having got to that point, that sort of self-isolation, you know, I really had to decide it was time to get further interests, you know, to get other interests, which is why earlier this year you'll see all the series I did on CB radio and everything. CB radio is great because it got me in touch with other people around, hobbyists and people who did it, not because they were preppers or anything, but because of what they love. It's that nostalgia. It's back to the 1980s, the great days, you know, you remember growing up, smoking in the band and all that, and it's just wonderful just to talk to these people, and the technical input, the language, everything you use, it's just wonderful. The camaraderie and everything, and it, you know, so it just gets away from that dark side, but it teaches you things as well, so it enhances your knowledge. That CB, the ham radio, it was so great. Sorry I said I wasn't going to edit this video, but the wind has pushed over the camera twice now, so not good. As I was saying, that ham radio knowledge, those people that are behind it, those the geeks, whatever you want to call them, they're absolutely fantastic guys. They're the good old boys, you know, and it just lifts your spirits. Don't get me wrong, I'm talking about self-isolation. I'm talking about self-isolation due to COVID-19. Very bad word, I know, but it still affected a lot of people, and it, you know, robbed me of my job last year. It was awful. So for months and months and months, no work and stress and etc. Not good at all. But like I say, new job now. Well, I've had a new job for a long time, and you know, I'm holding it down. Everything's good, and it's mixing with people. You know, they say, "What are your hobbies?" and everything. I say CB radio. I don't tell them I'm a prepper. I don't say, you know, because the look on their face. You tell someone, "Oh, I'm a prepper," they go, "Ooh, that's all like doomsday stuff and everything." And you get bored of explaining. You say, "No, it's not about doomsday. It's about being prepared. It's about being, you know, ready should something happen." You know, and it looks like you're free. They think you got a basement full of guns. Of course I don't, but you know, it's things, you know, that's another hobby. You want to go shooting, that's a healthy hobby. Get your shotgun license, go clay pigeon shooting, your skeet shooting, whatever you call it, do that. I'm sorry, I keep looking away from the camera because a hell of a lot of stuff is just being blown across the garden. This wind is horrendous today. Horrendous, ferocious. That's a combination of words. Yeah, so anyway, I think before another Hurricane Katrina arrives and takes away the rest of this garden, I'm going to say thank you for listening, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. I know this has gone off piece, but it's an important thing to talk about. I think we should all talk about it more, especially as preppers. You know, open out your soul, let people know, and you know, problem shared is a problem halved. Okay? So on that positive note, this has been Deep in the Bunker. Take care, stay safe, stay sane.